Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure or vehicle review. Today, we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom Storm. This is basically a giant seahorse for Aquaman to ride. It's in the same sort of packaging that the Batcycles and other McFarlane vehicles come into, and this thing just looks like a lot of fun. It looks really cool. I ordered this thing from the McFarlane toy store as I saw it was in stock, and I already had the other Aquaman figures from Figurine for All, so wave finally complete. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, DC Multiverse Storm, ages 12 plus, top, Aquaman, here it is, you can see. Looks like it comes in two pieces, the tail and the back, because it'd be way too big to fit in the package. The bottom, here's the barcode, and at the back we have some kind of crappy art, Aquaman riding Storm. So with no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that this figure, or vehicle, or whatever you want to call it, out of the package, here it is with all of its accessories laid out. It comes with a display stand, larger than usual, and a peg to attach to the Seahorse. Also has a collector's card. Now, the Seahorse, or Seadragon itself, is in two separate pieces. Let's go ahead and put it together. And there you go, fully assembled, really easy to put together. So this is Storm. The collector's card said he was rescued by Aquaman. A majestic albino sea dragon is a superhero's trusted, most loyal companion. So let's take a look. Starting with his face here. Now, it's kind of armored. He's got orange eyes. Paint job, it's very bright. It's teal, it's purple, and everything in between. He's got fins, ball joint for his neck. He's got this sort of harness here. He's got a saddle. The texturing is pretty nice. The paint job has sort of a shiny paint to it, which is very appropriate for this fish. He's got more fins here on a ball joint, can rotate around, come out a little bit. The tail wound up, spinning in. Like I said, the sculpt on this guy is fantastic. You can see the hole that's going to be for the display stand. I believe the only articulation is going to be here in the tail, here in the fin, and then the neck. But this thing is cool, massive, gorgeous, and a closer look at the face and head sculpt. Now to check out the accessories. We'll start off with the collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Storm from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Back, there's a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And then we have the display stand. It comes in two separate pieces. When put together, it's going to look like this. The bottom is a black oval, says DC. Then it's got this post leading up to a ball that's going to go inside of the Seahorse. Here it is, into the display stand. My God, that was hard to shove that thing into the Seahorse. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get the thing out of there. It holds it very firmly. The bigger display base takes care of the weight of this figure. It's up pretty high in the air. Looks good. It's going to look fantastic with Aquaman riding this thing like this. Now let's check out the measurements of this thing. And it's kind of hard to measure. So, as far as how long it is from front to back, so from here to here about 11 inches, but you go to the end of the head about 14 inches long. As far as how tall he is, from here about 5.5 inches tall, but if you go all the way down to here, about 11 inches tall. And as far as how tall he is with the display stand, about 14 inches tall. Now for the articulation. So his tail can move back and forth. He's got a little ball joint here, goes up and down, in and out a little bit. Then his neck is a ball joint, up and down, rotate from side to side, kind of tilt around, and of course you can hold the harness too. And then here's Aquaman riding on this thing. He fits perfect. You can see the legs kind of wrap around the sea dragon. He's got one gripping hand. He can hold the sort of harness here. As a whole, it looks really good. I imagine A lot of people probably pose him not holding this thing, but holding his trident instead. Really cool looking set, having the two of them together. Here's a look at Aquaman riding on Storm, his giant seahorse or Seadragon. Here's a look at Aquaman and Storm taking on the Aquaman villains from this wave. Here's a look at Aquaman and Storm taking on 3 of the Joker dragons. All kind of weird creatures under the sea nowadays. A closer look at Aquaman about to slay these dragons. Now let's check it out. Next to some other action figures. I don't have any other Seahorse figures to compare to, so we'll keep it simple. We'll check it out with some other McFarlane figures and see what other Aquaman figures look like riding this thing. Here's Storm next to all 6 of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Aquaman figures. Let's check out each one riding this thing. Here's the Jason Momoa, Zack Snyder's Justice League Aquaman on this horse. Fits great. And then the standard Jason Momoa Aquaman from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This is the Aquaman that is meant for this vehicle, or creature, or whatever you want to call it. Then, here's the Jason Momoa stealth suit Aquaman on this thing. He also looks good and fits perfect. And now, the Justice League Endless Winter Aquaman on this thing. This is my favorite of the McFarlane Aquaman figures, as he's the most normal, basic, traditional looking Aquaman. Here's Storm with the Page Puncher Aquaman on this thing. This Aquaman looks more like a king, feels majestic. Also fits perfect on a Storm. And here's the Flashpoint Aquaman on the Seahorse. They all fit just fine. I imagine any of the McFarlane DC Multiverse figures will fit just fine on this thing. Here's Storm next to all of my Aquaman figures from Mattel, DC Direct, and McFarlane. Now, a lot of these figures won't fit on the Seahorse, as her legs are done with the old school style hips. But let's check out at least one Mattel and one DC Direct figure on this thing, see how they look. Here's the Mattel DC Universe Classics Aquaman on this thing. Fits pretty good, a little smaller, but it's not really that noticeable. And here's the DC Collectibles Deceased Zombie Aquaman on this thing. Now, the Zombie Aquaman is not very appropriate, but it's the only DC Direct figure I have with ball joint hips. The regular DC Essentials Aquaman would look great on this thing. Here's Storm next to a McFarlane Aqualad figure. Here's Aqualad riding on Storm. Here's Storm next to a couple of McFarlane Ocean Master figures. And here it is next to a couple of McFarlane Black Manta figures. Here's the entire Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom movie wave. We have 4 regular figures, 1 mega figure, and 1 vehicle. There's still a Target exclusive variant of the stealth suit Aquaman to come. Here's this giant McFarlane Seahorse next to an actual McFarlane horse. And here it is next to King Shark, another McFarlane Deluxe water-related character. And then here's Storm next to Star the Conqueror, a giant seahorse next to a giant starfish. These things were made to be next to each other. So this Seahorse or Seadragon is basically a vehicle for the Aquaman film. $30 price point. Now let's check it out next to some other $30 price point vehicles McFarlane has made over the years. Here it is next to the Bat Raptor. And here it is next to the White Knight Bat Cycle. Then with the Dark Knight's Metal Bat Cycle. And now next to the Batman Bat Cycle. Here's Storm next to the Batman Drifter Motorcycle. Here's Storm next to the Joker Dragon. We have the giant Seadragon next to the giant Joker Dragon. And finally, here it is next to the Flash movie Bat Cycle. So overall, this is a very cool figure or vehicle or creature, whatever you want to call it. The colors are very vibrant. The texturing is great. I love the shiny aspect of the paint job. The articulation is quite limited, but it's just such a cool item to add to your collection. Perfect for Aquaman. Perfect for an underwater collection. Perfect for the weird sort of creatures and monsters McFarlane is known for. His accessories are pretty much non-existent. We have the display stand, which is good. His articulation is also pretty limited. Sculpt and paint job are on point. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Very solid release, very unique release, and a very cool creature. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure and action figure vehicle reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.